Hello and welcome back to All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris, and my guest is Cathy Adams, President and CEO of the Oakland African American Chamber of Commerce. We are really delighted because we are continuing our discussion about the Oakland African American Chamber of Commerce, which we started on our last segment. So this is a continuation of that discussion. Cathy, we didn't really get an opportunity to finish our discussion on the ambassador program and how that is designed to help businesses.
Yes, so the ambassador program is a program by the city of Oakland. It actually originally had started last year just as our former mayor Libby Schaaf was leaving. And so to get this program back again is important. And the ambassador program is designed to help safeguard. We know that there will be circumstances, but
When
I
you
think
say safeguard, what do you
safeguard means to have walking foot traffic, ambassadors that is just having movement. So if you're downtown, and we know that the holidays are upon us, we're already in October, we want to be able to have this people to feel comfortable. If you go to McMullen's, which is a business, Taylor J, which is on Broadway, and they got other retail stores, and they got restaurants. So imagine if we can all feel safe to come downtown as the holidays come, and people can walk in the street. You know, I'm one of these ones that want to find the beauty and joy in everything, but that ambassadors program will allow for the business improvement districts to hire major security professionals to kind of safeguard, because we do know with the police, that's an expensive tag to have them do that. But these are professional licensed guards that would just be there where there's movement.
So it's highly unlikely if you have ambassadors walking the streets that people are going to be assaulted or cars are going to be broken into, because guess what? Everybody got a camera now. They'll tell you, smile as they click the picture.
Well, we have to talk about something that's really positive. One of our members is Oakland in the World, founded by Elaine Brown. Well, she did a book, The Combination of Little B, which is, I believe, Michael Lewis, when he was 13, was prosecuted as an adult, did 27 years. I met him. And
Right
I said,
in Oakland?
no. It wasn't in Oakland. So he's come back here. And she connected with him when he was 13. But I'm giving an example. She did a party to just introduce him. And I felt so comfortable, because this was at OAACC when we drove up for the culture right across the street. Used to be Old Mexicali Road. Right. There were lights as bright as they are.
Called now the cultural zone.
It's called the it's called the Further Culture. I don't want to confuse.
Right.
Well, the Black Culture Zone is here in East Oakland. But Further Culture is another one of our member businesses. And when we drove up, I felt safe because they had this big old machine that lit up the entire parking lot, and there was these two big burly guards that was about 6'3", probably weighed 300 pounds or whatever, and it just was a good feeling. I got there at 7, I left by 10. My car was parked right there on the street on Clay, right there at 7th and Clay, right there on the corner. And I came back and I had no busted windows.
And that's a good thing, because you really do want to feel safe. And most of all, when you're in Oakland, you want to feel safe so that you can go to businesses, and that businesses, as a result of your attendance there, can thrive.
And you know, something else that I think is critical that we talk about, because I think it's important. I've had multiple conversations when we talk about the heightness of crime, because we have to talk about it. We live here and we know that there are plans coming down the pipeline. But here's what I know, and these are professional people and they feel the exact same. When they talked about whether or not, before we got things under control, mentioning that the National Guard may come.
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons why a lot of people, and I can say that I talked to at least 5, so I think that gives me permission to make the statement that I'm getting ready to make.
Right.
What people are afraid of, we don't necessarily want to believe in mass incarceration.
Right.
So you talked earlier about solutions.
Right.
And back in the day, and I don't know of different programs now, we've got to get our young men and women into programs where they can have a livable and workable wage so that they can make a living.
Right.
When you start looking at it, Mr. Harris, if they can, because I said I don't want to go too deep into the law, but the point I'm trying to make is that no one wants our kids going to jail.
Absolutely.
But until we come together, which is critical, to do programs where they can get a skill set, they got to feed their families. So at the end of the day, when these people are leaving their homes to rob people, staying under the radar, if I rob 10 people and it's $800, that's $8,000. And you multiply that by 4 weeks. That's a lot of money. And when you think about it, as angry as we are as citizens when we feel we're being attacked, we have got to figure out what kind of program we're going to do to mitigate some of the crime. Because their families got to eat.
It's so important to understand that there is no solution in just locking up people.
No.
We must educate our people, and we must give them the kinds of skills they need to get jobs so that they don't have to rob and steal. Now, there will be some people who will rob and steal no matter what.
Yeah.
But we want to get to those who do not want to do that. We got to go to break, so don't touch that remote. We will be right back. All About Community. My name is Robert L. Harris. My guest is Cathy Adams.